I did. The only thing I didn't like was when the chick was mounting Ryan Reynolds from behind and they were playing that kind of game. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, yuck.
Oh. Yeah, but I've watched that, and then, the wife and I, we're moving, so we've been delving into, I got a really good deal on the X-Files, the entire series. So I bought all 9 seasons, and then both movies for like $95, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I got all them, and then a really neat poster from one of the full-size posters from the theatrical release of the X-Files, like folded up inside this little drawer inside of it. So it was really neat. So she's in there watching The Host right now, which is the one from season 2 with the Fluke Man in it. So she's keeping on the horror while I'm not in there watching. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I watched some other stuff, but it wasn't horror related. It was just that's my big thing, is getting good horror films. I've gotten lucky the past couple months and gotten a couple of really good ones. So The Boy, y'all need to watch it. Y'all really need to watch The Boy. It's like I
said. Is that on Netflix or anything, or do you know?
I don't know. It was Redbox, man. That's where we got it from. It was in Redbox.
Okay.
I mistook it because there's another movie called The Boy that one Elijah Wood is producing, but he did not produce this one. This is just one with the same name. But this is really, really, really good. I mean, as far as anything I've seen lately, this tops it as far as horror goes. Of what I've seen lately outside of The Green Inferno, which I finally did see.
Yeah, I mean, what did you think of The Green Inferno?
It was everything I thought it was going to be, and then a whole hell of a lot of what I thought there wasn't going to be. So,
yeah.
Put it to you this way: the wife couldn't finish it. She couldn't finish the middle part when it's like they're testing for the girls, virginity and stuff. She couldn't handle it. And to be honest,
I can understand.
Made my stomach turn a little bit too, because
that was the shit that bothered me the most, as far as the cannibalism, whatever you want to call it, aspect of it.
I did laugh my ass off when chick has like her fucking blowout diarrhea asshole thing happen.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
Oh, and all the natives were laughing at her. I was like, this is great.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you want a good cannibal movie, stick with Cannibal Holocaust. That's what I found out. Go with the Italians, go with the classics. But Green Inferno, not a bad homage to it. Just not. It just wasn't as good as I'd hoped it would be, which I probably had too high of expectations for it. But it is what it is.
I liked Cabin Fever a lot better.
Yes, a lot better.
I
like Hostel better, to be honest with you.
Hostel to me felt like it was trying to be like Saw. I mean, honestly, that's what it felt like.
It was, but the Hostel thing also made me like gun shy about going to other countries. So on some level, it succeeded. It really did. I was like, I don't trust fucking foreigners now, and people can call me racist. I'm not talking about colored foreigners. I'm not talking to people of color. I'm talking about people everywhere, and we're talking about white foreigners in this movie.
Well, you better be careful. People are on a kick about that now due to the events that happened the other night in Florida. People are raising hell all over social media.
There's always shit. There's always people on both sides of whatever issue we're talking about. But me personally,
absolutely.
I only posed one question, Blake, and I just want somebody to answer it.
Uh-huh.
Why does any civilian need to own an assault rifle? Nobody's been able to answer that for me, so I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
again,
I have no answer.
I totally believe
either.
in the Second Amendment. I believe in gun ownership, gun rights, but this goes a little past that for me. And if people are allowed to own assault rifles, I want a bazooka and I want a tank, and I think I should be able to have a nuclear bomb. Why not?
Yeah, I could see you with a nuclear bomb. Oh, yeah.
If I had a bad day and I didn't like the way my government was dealing with another country, it just makes me feel safer. If everybody's going to say that it's for my safety, well, shit, so's a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, well, you'd be wiping out the rest of us, too, but hell, what the hell do we matter, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's basically what I'm being told here about, with these stupid arguments I keep hearing. It's so ridiculous. But, that's our society these days. If I try not to get too upset about it. That's basically why it's probably good not to be on Facebook too much if you're going to be annoyed by these things. So, basically, I treat it all like entertainment, but, it sucks when there's a tragedy and everybody uses it as a platform, and that's just is what it is. But Blake, let's move off that subject for a second with something cool. So you and I were on the Albert Fish episode, remember? And we found out that the Crime and Punishment Museum was moving to Tennessee. Did you hear where it's moving to in Tennessee? Because I did.
I did, but man, there's been so much going on, I forgot exactly where.
Well, it's a vacation spot for me because it's going to Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge,
which is cool.
I was about to say, yeah, Pigeon Forge, that's right.
Yeah, that's really cool for me because I like going to Gatlinburg on vacation. So one of these days when I go to Gatlinburg, assuming they have their museum up and running, I'll take a little trip to the Forge. Maybe you can go out there too.
Maybe. Like I said, I'm moving about 45 minutes closer to Nashville. So, yeah, there'll be no excuse for you guys not to, like, hang out. Y'all, like, well, Vic specifically has been back and forth to Nashville, like, a couple of times since I've been a part of the shows. And I'm like, damn it, if you just stop by, I'll cook you a really badass dinner, and, like, you can hang out and watch horror movies. I mean, for free. And, you know, you have a place to sleep. Man.
Well, maybe if nothing else, I've got a trip to Florida coming up. So maybe on the way back or something, we can meet for dinner or something with the family.
Certainly. I would enjoy that. So would Lisa. Yeah.
Go to Cracker Barrel or some shit. I don't care. So it just be
Cracker Barrel.
It just be. Hey man, I'm racist. I like me some Cracker Barrel. Come here,
Cracker
dogs.
Barrel.
I love their chicken and dumplings. Zero. My dogs are stupid, Blake.
Oh, I didn't know who you were talking. I didn't know if you were calling a certain kind of person a dog or what. I wasn't.
Yeah, I've got 3 dogs. One's Fudge, one's Sienna, one's Zero, and Zero is the dog, of course, from Nightmare Before Christmas, which I didn't name Zero. He was my wife's dog before we got married. And Sienna eats Zero. She thinks it's okay to just go ahead and chew on his ears and stuff. But before he was Zero, he was Hobo. But the boys, one of the boys, he was 3 at the time, he could not pronounce Hobo very well, so it came out Homo. So Zero was Homo for a while, which I'd say is rather appropriate for him. If you've ever met this dog, you know what I mean. But anyway, what can I say? So I think in our own way, we just went over what's grinding our gears. But what else has been going on in your world? How's the book going?
It's fine. I just, like I said, I had to take a step back. I've been doing some serious promoting, and now I'm trending all over, and it's. I didn't expect it. I'm in talks with New Line, and I pitched them my proposal on basically just being allowed to use not even the title of Nightmare on Elm Street. As far as they go, you have to actually get permission to use the character of Freddy Krueger. He's such a hot ticket item, so that's all I'm doing. But other than that, everything's fine. I started working on my second book because I've got a deal, of how many books I need to write. So started working on that and moving into a house that looks like the Amityville house, which I'm sure you've seen pictures of it. My wife posts them, relentlessly on social media, on her Instagram when they go to Facebook. So yeah, the house looks a lot like Amityville, and surprisingly, I've had a bunch of friends say, "Yeah, we're not going to be coming over there." Okay, well,
I saw it too. And I thought it was sweet.
Yeah, it is, and I've got my own office, and it's a big office too, man. The office, geez, you've never been in my house, but let me just tell you, the office is like twice the size of my master bedroom. So it's amazing. I'm going to have it's got built-in bookshelves in the walls, so I can display all my Freddy stuff. The wife got me a really nice gift. Everybody goes and splurges a little when they get tax return if they can, and she bought me 3 gloves, 3 brand new gloves. So
hell yeah,
different kinds. She's like, everybody else has all this other stuff. She's like, you should be the glove guy. It's like, I like that idea. I like that. So she's like, let's make it a plan, and let's get you gloves. And so many.
That'd be pretty cool to have like a wall full of them.
Well, hell, as of next Friday, I'll have 4 total. So
nice.
one from Nightmare 1 with the P210 case knife replica blades, and double edged. They're edged, so they're really sharp. They're brutal looking. And then I got one from Nightmare 2, and then another one that's like a mix between a Nightmare 2 and a Nightmare 3. So,
I have a beautiful machete signed by Kane Hodder. Still makes my day to see that beautiful machete. And he loved it, too. He was sitting there hacking away at the table with it. Legit machete, by the way.
Oh, I was about to ask, it's a real one then? It's a full-on real machete. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. We went to Harbor Freight and bought real machetes before we met Kane Hodder.
I'm glad they let you do that. They didn't let me bring my glove in when I went to talk to Robert, but I saw some
we
other
we
guys
put it
going
in
with
Vic's
the glove.
backpack so nobody could question us.
Oh, they were checking backpacks here.
Well, I guess it depends on where you are. But, it was also in this little black case, so it may not have been obvious. But I say when we were meeting Kane Hodder, we had already met him many, many times by that point. So Kane Hodder, just anybody that says anything bad about Kane Hodder, I don't know, you must have been an asshole to him, because he was always, and I'm not talking about you, Blake, I know you're not saying it, but I've heard people say things before, and I'm like, we've talked to him like half a dozen times at least, and he's cool every single time, so I just don't get where people are talking about. But Blake, speaking of kind of decorating rooms, I finally started getting around to decorating my basement. I've got my the Faces of Jason poster on the wall. It's got all the Jasons on it, and Vic's got the same poster, but he has his autographed by different Jasons, and Ted White was confused, and he autographed Part 8 Jason for some reason, because Ted White's Ted White. And I actually have all the individual Jasons on, like, art prints autographed by just about all of them. I haven't met either of the Part 2 Jasons.
We know how you feel about one of those Part 2 Jasons.
Yeah, he's a bum. But I'd still meet him just for the autograph. I think he's the only one I haven't met, because I met Richard Brooker before he passed away. And I met Ken Kersinger. So, no, I haven't met C.J. Graham. That's the other one. I haven't met C.J. Graham or either of the Part 2 Jasons. I've also got a Part 7 Friday the 13th New Blood poster. It's a nice print somebody drew up, and it's amazing. And then, of course, I have Friday the 13th Part 4 poster, Friday the 13th Part 5 poster signed by Roy, and also signed by the late Danny Steinman. I've got the Friday the 13th Part 6 poster, which is not signed by anybody, surprisingly. I have the Friday the 13th Part 7 poster signed by John Carl Beekler and Kane Hodder. And then Friday the 13th Part 8 poster, not signed by anybody. And the Friday the 13th Remake poster, signed by Derek Mears.
You said you got the Part 7 signed by Beekler?
Yep.
I've wanted to meet Beekler for years. Beekler designed the Soul Pizza in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. So
I'm trying to think what Beekler put. He put, to Travis, all the best, but I got him to tell me that the MPAA raped his movie, because, that's what he says, and his name was Jason, which it was true.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they did. They cut a lot of stuff. The sleeping bag death was a lot more gruesome. The party favor through the eye on the chick in the van was there was just a lot more gruesome stuff. He said he'd love to release an extended cut of just what he wanted in it, and he said that would be the one right there. That would be the one to have.
I think that would elevate that movie to one of my favorite of the series, but now it's middle of the pack because you know how cut up it is,
It's like a Halloween 6. I mean, now they've started putting out. Now they've released the producer's cut, director's cut of that on Blu-ray. One of my people on my friends list was bragging about having it, and I was like, one of these days I will buy that box set. I couldn't find the box set.
I still haven't bought it either.
Yeah, I just couldn't find it. I love those movies.
I just want I want it for the TV cuts, and I want it for the producer's cut.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't too big on Resurrection or H2O. I mean, I watched them. I mean, and we had a guest on one of our shows, Louis Lazar. He did a lot of the blood effects and stuff on H2O, and then of course he worked on Friday the 13th Part 5. That's the main reason I watched it. Was because of him. I didn't like what they did to the story. They retconned like all of Part 4.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and all
and part 5.
Essentially. Yeah.
And part 6.
Yeah.
I would have been cool. I wish somebody would start over